Everyone, Delta 21 here. So, I've been going for a while. There's been a reason for that. I've just been doing some parts shopping, really. I'm waiting to hear back from Mopar Overstock to find out about specific wiring harnesses. The issue is that I can't turn that down because of the whatchamacallit. But the issue is the reason I have not been active is because recently, last 2 weeks, what happened at work is that my manager passed out from dehydration and exhaustion. And he's been gone for about a week or so. So I've been having to go in and stay later than what I normally do. Pretty much, I don't have to stay over long or whatever it is, but in order for the day shift foreman to be able to fully grasp what's going on, I have to basically stay over a little bit so I can basically get them to understand what I had going on and come in earlier to basically get whatever they had issues with, try to get it taken care of, which is why I haven't had a chance. I have a check engine light, but it's for stored codes. It's not an active code, which is one of the reasons why I have that paper. The issue is that as before, periodically the truck will lose the signal to all the modules that don't run powertrain, like the instrument cluster, the occupant restraint module. All of it's working because you don't have any other codes except that, and it's a stored code. And what that is that it's that harness that came from the old truck that if you don't have it back in the original spot that it was in when it was first put on, wires are something special. Once you put a wire in a position, and especially in a harness with a bundle of wires, once you get it in a position, you can't move it from that position all too much without damaging wires or fraying wires or stretching wires and breaking them internally. Whereas external of the wire, it looks fine. And then when you straighten it out, it still looks fine, but it's broken internally. And that's sort of what's happening here. There may be a couple, a wire is not actually one wire. It's several wires into a bundle that's wrapped in a insulation. And a couple of those wires may be frayed inside of it. I don't know. I looked into it and I guess because I wasn't that active on looking for a harness. The harness that the dealership wants is $849. The same harness at the same place I've been getting all of my Mopar parts from, the genuine Mopar parts from, they want $388 for it. But the issue is that I want the same harness that came on that came with the harness that I have. I don't want the one that came on the truck. The one that came on the truck was a base model one. I don't want the base model one. I want the one that came with the SLT harness. Well, I have that harness. I have that part number. Problem is that when I put in that part number shows that it meets and exceeds two different wiring harness sets. The specs are the same for both of them, but they got two different prices. They're about $111 apart, $110 apart. The other ones is $448. So I'm waiting to hear back from Mopar Overstock Parts to find out if there's a difference between them, because one is $338 and one's $448. So yes, they're still both way less than the actual dealership part. However, I need to know why is it $110 cheaper than the other one? Is it because doesn't have the CAN bus system on it? Because the CAN bus system you can buy separately at $30. But I don't want to do that because then you'll be messing with the integrity of the wiring, just like I have right now. does it not have does the $448 one come with the HVAC harness to it? Or, which that shouldn't be, because that's a separate harness. Or what's the difference between the two for there to be $110 difference? That's what I'm waiting on. The reason I want to do that is for two reasons. One, if I can get it for $338, there's other stuff that's going to be coming as well, or going to be done as well. And I'm going to fill you guys in on that. Well, what we're going to have going on is that next week, because I'm hoping this week to get it ordered, is I'm going to get a traffic advisory bar for this truck. It's going to be, let's see, at the place I work at for my, not my side job, but I guess it's volunteer side. What I get is they have traffic advisory bars that are 49 or 50 inch in width or length, depending on how you mount it. And it's a police style one, but it's amber. But the one that I'm trying to get my coworker to let me get is one that's a traffic advisory bar on top of being a tow bar. And what that means is that the one that has a traffic advisory bar is like the police one, but the traffic advisory police/tow one is just like the police one, except this one has a multicolor and it allows me to have running lights and signal lights on the bar. Both bars are multicolor, where I have takedown lights and I have alley lights. I'm really hoping I can get that. Really hoping. But at the same time, I've got an offer to test or give a review, I guess you could say, on not from the actual manufacturer, but from the, I don't know what you would call it, but actually from the site that's selling them. I don't want to give names because I don't know what I'm going to think about the product when I get it. So I've only been asked that if I like it or don't like it, just mention the actual manufacturer of it and where I got it from, and foresay of that. But that's coming. I'm going to video that for you guys, the install of that. Right now I'm still on the fence on how I want to wire it. Part of me do not want to drill holes in the roof. Part of me doesn't, but part of me also does want to do that. It depends on really how thick that wiring is. If that wiring is pretty thick, I don't know why they're blowing their horn, because I'm stopped. I don't know how thickness of the wiring is. It's going to have two wiring looms. It's going to have a wire loom for the control box, and it's going to have a wiring loom for the turn lane. Jesus Christ. And there's going to be I didn't put that side panel back on. I had an issue with the driver's side seat belt. The resistor started touching and it basically shorted out. Look at this retard here. Get on your side. There you go. And interestingly enough, the resistor still read 2.4 ohms, so I just put it back in and separated them a little bit better, and that was it. Another thing that's coming, depending on whether or not I can get the harness, depending on how much the harness is, I'm going to get the push start with the remote entry. It's called press and go or pass and go. I can't remember what it's called. It's something in go. It's a go key. Basically, it's the key that you get with like your, when I say keyless entry is actually your remote fob that you have. Keyless go is actually you just having the key somewhere in your pocket. I'll be either getting that, or I'll be getting getting the radio. So I can get all of it that I want, but I have to pay a specific bill. And to be honest with you, the only way I'd be able to get all four components, the roof light, the touch and go, the radio, and get the, what was the other thing? The wire harness. The only way I can get all of those is if I waited until Friday. And it really depends on what the harness goes for. And at that point, depending on how that goes, will determine whether or not I'll be able to get the all 4 of them. I will be getting 3 of them. I can promise you that. I will be getting at least 3 of them. Whether it's the wire harness is a given. That's coming. That's a guarantee. I can promise you that. I'm promising you I'm getting a wire harness to get the final electrical issue taken care of. The other thing is the roof light, the visor bar. That's a given. That's guaranteed coming as well. What is an optional is the touch and go, or pass and go, wherever keyless go. I think that's what it's called, keyless go. That is optional, and the radio. The thing is, the reason I want the radio is not just because I want the Tesla style radio. It's because I want the AC to stop being a retard and breaking servo motors. The reason it's breaking servo motors is because it keeps going into calibration mode, and calibration mode will sit there and torque that little servo inside of it and break it. However, even if I replace the harness and it still goes into calibration mode, I do need the radio regardless. I actually just need another HVAC harness, but the HVAC harness is $349 before shipped. After shipment, it's about $400. Well, the brand new Tesla style radio is $549. That's after shipping. So, in essence, I still have my ability to get the more expensive radio and not have to worry about any of that. So, I'm really hoping that I can get all 4 of them, but I don't know. But I will be getting at least 3 of them, so you guys stay tuned. Let me know if you guys want me to video, which ones you want me to video, and if you want me to video all 3 of them being installed, I'll video all 3 of them being installed. But that's up in the air on whether or not that's going to get done through camera. If I don't get any requests to do it, I won't video to install it, because it's a lot quicker to install. Not to mention that I found my other camera, but I'm having battery issues with it. So I'm still in the issues with that, still in the presence of that. So I will be able to get some point of view shots while doing it, just not all 3 of them. Also, I've been asked to give like a short, I guess short, I say short, but they didn't say short. I've been asked to basically give a review of what I've done. That train is really moving. But I've been asked to give a review on how do I feel about what I've done to the truck so far. And with the 2019s now hitting the showroom floor, how do I feel about that after what I've done with this truck? So as soon as I get off of this and this uploads, I will shoot that one a line and focus. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off, let this upload, because I'm gonna get somewhere where internet's gonna get slow anyway. And once that uploads, I'll start on the interview or the review or whatever they wanted to call it. Yeah, it's raining, so I'm trying to do that. I don't know, was that too quick? No. Anyway, peace out, guys.